Bienvenue. Welcome once again to a Love Entrepreneur Show with Ellery Coslet, who is the lady who put together Love Entrepreneurs in the first place, which is a fellowship of fellow professionals looking to support each other. Remember, all tides rise, all ships. Today, we are meeting with Yvonne Akinyi, who has gone through the Big Fix process, come out the other side. Look, she's unscathed, and hopefully has learnt a lot from the process. So, Ellery, tell us a bit more about the Big Fix, especially, and Yvonne, tell us about your experiences.
So, welcome, Yvonne. Welcome, everybody. So Yvonne came along, a real self-starter. And we had an amazing, I think, Big Fix where we explored all the opportunities that Yvonne could be taking up in terms of working in the UK with UK clients, also with US clients. Yvonne, how did you feel that the experience went for you? Because this is actually about you, not about us.
Oh, wow. It was really eye-opening. And one thing that really stood out for me, it's really opened my mind because I was kind of lost for, depending on the markets that I've worked with, having worked with the US market, I didn't know how the UK market was. And getting to the Big Fix really helped me open up my mind. I had the opportunity to see how it works. I had the opportunity to meet with entrepreneurs at the Love Entrepreneurs, and they shared with me the information of how they prefer to work with other people. Being that I'm a beginner in that market, it really helped me know going forward, I know what to do. Going forward, I know whom to approach. And one thing that I really love about it is that it gave me the opportunity to get into the UK market with the Love Entrepreneurs. I already have a community with me. If anything happens, or I want to ask something, or I want to reach out, I know where to go. So that is one thing that really stood out for me, and I really appreciate.
Well, that's really good to know. And what were your takeaways, though? What were the questions like? For those who haven't done a Big Fix before, they might think it's really daunting. We try to not make it awful for people, and we really do try our best to sort of make people at ease. That's why we tend to do it over 2 days. So did you feel there was a difference between the first day and the second day?
Actually, one thing that I love about Ellery, before the Big, I had the opportunity to sit down with you, and you told me how it is, and it really made me at ease. I joined knowing what to expect because you really prepared me ahead. And so when I joined, it was just a chat. And one thing that I loved about it is the setting that we had. It was not an official setting. It's just like a normal setting. You can chat with people, share with them ideas, and they can tell you what they think about your business. And that, I think, is the best thing that happened in the Big Fix, because you can share with people in knowing that they understand your journey, they understand what your goals are, and there is no, you are not so, uh, it's not a very professional setting where you are seated there and you're like, oh my God, I don't want to make mistakes. You are just free, you share your ideas, they share their thoughts, and at the end of it all, you feel like you are at home. And that is the most important thing, because you realize in most business where people are sharing about their businesses, it is always a professional setting, and people are like, I don't want to make a mistake. So you're trying so hard to be perfect. And then as you are trying to be perfect, you realize that you do not have the opportunity to go all out and share what you have inside of you.
Yeah, it's definitely an iterative process. I was going to ask you, did you find the questioning and the interactions constructive?
Yes, they were very constructive, and then they were friendly. I love the way they were sharing their recommendations with me. They are very friendly, and it reached a point whereby you could just ask anyone anything, and they could tell you without the fear of, I'm not. This is not the right place for me. Like, they really take you Because as for me, a Kenyan, I was asking myself, how am I going to do it in a UK market? But the fact that I interacted with them, they really made me feel at ease. They made me feel like one of their own. And they questioned me because this is a business at the end of the day, and you have to question me because the moment you want me to bring me to work with you, you have to put professionalism first. And they were very professional in their questions. They really wanted to know how I'm going to do it if they were going to work with me. And so I really love that because it helped me open my mind. It opened my mind knowing that going in this market, these are things I have to expect. This is how I need to carry myself, professionalize, and also as a human being. So I really loved how they were.
That's beautiful. That's great. That's amazing. And hopefully, Yvonne, you will be able to, because it's really important for us to get other people to and Gareth will understand this, to get other people to encourage other people to come in and talk to us and to really because the Big Fix is free for people to do. There's no charge for that. So, and I did a report for you. You get this report and you get the video over 2 days. Okay, it's not the, massively professionally edited or anything, but so what? It's the information that's really important, I think. So, we need to sort of focus on that. And I think people need to realize that, this is free for people to do. All they need to do is contact me. I'm sure I can put my phone number up somewhere. They can WhatsApp me, or Yvonne, this is a message to you. If you know people who in your community who you would like, because this is an option for everybody to use the Big Fix as a way to gain more business, because of course there is a wider message here. We use silver currency for payments for love entrepreneurs, or people can pay in cash if they want to, but we've come up with another way. We've got our own community currency, which is amazing, which again saves people loads of money. And that's very, very important, certainly in this economic climate where we've got a lot of suffering happening out there. So it's our duty to sort of expand that and to make sure that everybody gets a voice, and we try our best to help people as much as we can. So what would you say to people who are dithering or thinking about maybe, because they think they're going to get a right showdown, give them some confidence, Yvonne, that it wasn't actually like that?
I will really encourage any entrepreneur out there to come to Big Fix, because one thing, it opened doors. From it, I have gotten, I talked to a lady, and she directed me to the kind of people she thinks will collaborate with me. And that is partnership, and that is collaboration. I would have not been here if I didn't attend the Big Fix. Number two, I got industry insights from from the entrepreneurs. And that is something that really helps catapult someone ahead. Because sometimes when you're trying to walk on a journey with no guidance, you tend to make mistakes. But when you get people who have walked that journey and they already know what is ahead, they really help you in shaping your journey. And that is one thing I really appreciate, because I got so many advices and insights from the people that were in the Big Fix that day. So I'll really encourage people, if you are running a business and you are stranded, this is the place to be. You'll get insights. You'll also get to collaborate with like-minded business entrepreneurs and the professionals. And at the end of the day, it's a win-win for both of us.
I need to be unmuted. I look forward to working with you, Yvonne, going forwards in Kenya. You're based in Kenya, but you're educated, you've got a university degree, you've done some amazing things. And I really look forward to speaking with you and seeing what we can do to move the Big Fix forward and to expand it to as many people as we know in our communities. I think that would be amazing.
I was going to ask you, Yvonne, because some people who watch our show didn't perhaps attend or see that Big Fix. Well, can you give us a brief overview of what your offering is and where you see your offering, your business going over the next, say, year?
So I'm a virtual assistant, and I work with small and entrepreneurs, business, anyone who's running a business. And most of the time, I realize that in my offerings, the people that I work with are those who are running businesses and they are overwhelmed. They do not have time to rest. Someone will wake up at even 1 a.m. to answer an email because they don't have that boundary, because you're doing everything yourself. So if you stop working today, that means your work is going to stop. And as a virtual assistant, I come in to give you that rest. I come to help you reclaim your time so that you can also have rest. You can go to a vacation without worrying about your work. I have worked with people. I once had a client who was attending her graduation, and she had to stop her business because she had a graduation ongoing. She couldn't do anything. And when I worked with her, she was like, I didn't know this, having a VA is so important. She had her life, but at the end of the day, her business came, her business had blocked her way of living. If she steps aside, the business stops. So as a VA, as a virtual assistant, I help people reclaim their time. I help business entrepreneurs and anyone who's running a business, and they're juggling everything. At the end of the day, they don't even have time for themselves. I've worked with people who cannot even have 5 minutes of their time to just sit down and eat because they are so stamped up with work. So that is what I do. I come in, help reclaim your time. I come in, help organize your chaos so that you can have enough time to run your business and also have enough time to just be yourself and enjoy life, because life is there to be enjoyed at the end of the day.
Absolutely. That actually should be all our goals, right? All our goals at the beginning of every day should be to enjoy the journey. You know, there's going to be always stress, there's going to be always chaos, there's always going to be problems, but you know, we've only got one life. We might as well just enjoy it. You know, people forget this and they get embroiled in, like my situation now with Virgin credit cards. You know, at the end of the day, these are just regular, normal people at the end of the phone living their lives, you know, and a bit of understanding from my perspective would have been potentially useful. But, and it's the same, I think, with business. But I think we've got to, you know, the only message I've got to people in business is, I'm sure Gareth will agree with this, is you've got to just carry on. You've got to just carry on, you know, you've got to carry on.
Well, persistence and in the face of detractors is often a thing that will mark you out as being successful, pushing ahead, pushing through. If you know that what you're doing, there is a requirement for, and there's obviously a requirement for VAs. There's never been a greater requirement for VAs. People need their lives back. What you're selling effectively, Yvonne, is time. You're giving people the ability to be able to do the other parts of their life, but otherwise will be dominated by admin and so on, and all the other bits and pieces you do. Plus, it's always good to have another person that you can bounce ideas off within your team. So many people work on their own, don't have someone they can talk to who understands what their business is about, and someone working on the inside acting as as you do is ideal for doing exactly that. Ellery, would you care to wrap us up for today and do a summary? And what I'll do, and then I'll talk a little about contacting Yvonne. Sorry about that.
No, absolutely fine. You know, listen, Love Entrepreneurs is a fellowship of businesses that come together. We're friends, right? It doesn't matter whether you've got a small business. It doesn't matter whether you've got a massive business. The problems are often the same, actually. The only requirement for entry is an idea that you want to start up in business or something that you want to create. We can coach you into this. We can help you with strategy. We can give you a free big fix. We can even fund your businesses for you, which we do in conjunction with the SEIS scheme and Silver. We can also give you a discounted membership of Silvertree as part of that community currency. And we can really, I think Yvonne said something really important for me. Learn from the people that have done this before, right? Learn from those people, because that's the key.
Right. Well, look, thank you so much, Yvonne, for being part of this. Obviously, thank you for being part of Love Entrepreneurs, being part of the Big Fix, coming through the other side, and giving us your reflections on that. What I'm going to do briefly is say, if you would like to work with a credible, already used, and very much respected VA such as Yvonne, the first place you should go is look at her LinkedIn profile. I've put a QR code up there top right. Just grab your phone right now, scan the screen, and you'll be taken there. And I suggest you interact with her and just try and get to know her better. She's certainly someone we recommend that you should have a conversation with. And of course, Larry, thank you very much for leading today's discussion. And if any of you out there are thinking, hang on a moment, this Big Fix thing, how much does this cost? How do I do it? Well, it costs nothing. And the way you start it is you scan the other QR code, the bottom left, or visit love-entrepreneurs.com and start your Big Fix journey today. Thank you so much for watching. Try and remember, keep your feet on the ground, keep reaching for the stars. And of course, remember, it's just a journey of 1,000 steps. And to start that journey, you start with but a single one. Until next week, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.